So I'm just going to run through everything that makes up these early E30 window regulators and the whole system. So basically you have the window itself, and typically over time you get, this portion, this fabric type felt on the side. It dries out, so you want to spray it down with something like a silicone spray, and that should free up any binding on the edges right here. Additionally, basically what you can see here is from the bottom of the door, see that track, it runs all the way up and it loops around and then it goes up on the back side of the door. It's the same on the front, and basically you have a motor right here and it spins a gear in here and it forces everything on this track to move. And so if you take a look here, you can actually remove the motor on that T20 nut right there and that guy on that side. If you remove both, the motor just actually drops down and you can unplug it and do any further analysis in terms of if your motor is bad or if the track is completely seized. So what I do is I undo the motors, drop them, then you can basically leave it plugged in, and using either one of the front switches or if your rear switch works, try it, and if the motor spins up, then your track is most likely binded and you need to clean it, lubricate it, that kind of stuff. If your motor doesn't work, it's either you have a switch issue, it could be a fuse issue, or your motor's dead. So again, it's a simple process of breaking down, eliminating the possibilities that it could be. Alright, so basically here's the top unit where the power goes in, and it will focus now. There are these two spring-loaded top portions that rotate and send power through the shaft of the worm gear, and then it grounds itself through a breaker at the end. And most window regulators look the same, so if you look up any window regulator, you can get a good idea of how it works and how to disassemble yours as well. So to get this guy back on, what you're going to do is go ahead and push this down, seat it, and once it gets to the bottom, you're going to actually need to use like a screwdriver or some sort of flathead, and then push each individual side in, and it will seat the motor. Make sure that it still spins, and we'll go ahead and plug this in and see if it works. So it still sounds like there's something binding in this motor. It's definitely slowing down as I hold the window button. So I'll continue looking into this and clean it out and see if I can get it stronger at all. Alright, so this is a great example of how gunked up the track the window's on, and also for the entire retracting mechanism. It's quite difficult to move it up and down. So you want it to get to a point where by just, with a little force, you can move this window up and down with no motor in there. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, spray silicone, some sort of silicone lubricant down into the window tracks. I'm going to clean up the entire tracking mechanism and put new grease in there, and see if we can get this guy to work. Q-tips to these tracks. I'm just rubbing them on the inside, cleaning out the old grease as best I can. Now I'm just going to reinstall the motor and see if it can actually lift up the window clamp.